Hello there, this is SteelSnake with my Wolfenstein 2 I'm Death Incarnate Difficulty walkthrough. This is level 2, which is interesting because this game Wolfenstein, it separates levels weirdly. Like, levels seem quite long, but they're actually split up into really short sections. So whenever you press square and the game says exit level, I'm going to be counting that so at the end of the video. So each section, this level's called Undersiege, so I guess we'll call it Undersiege 2. And unlike Undersiege 2, we're not on a train, we're still on a boat, like the first one. Nice little Steven Seagal reference in there. And some things have changed after the first level. You know, we're back to full movement, and Wolfenstein sort of becomes a game. The first level is your basic tutorial that you get, and this one is back to the real thing. Now you'll notice that we can move about more freely. We're not stuck in our wheelchair anymore, and you'll also notice that I now have 200 armor because, as I was saying in the past episode, the first half of this game is quite different to the second half. For the first half of the game, we're never going to be able to hold more than 50 health. Sorry. Of course, we can pick up more health, but it will be counted as overcharge health and will slowly decrease back to 50. That's the maximum. But we are given 200 armor. Not that it means anything in this game because armor goes so quickly. You die so fast in this game, and yeah, this game's a really interesting one. Like, I think Wolfenstein 1 was a hell of a lot easier. I found that one, if you put this game on easy and you don't respect it though, it's still going to kick your ass. It's, this game doesn't give any shits. It's very much like an old Call of Duty, like the good old days of Call of Duty 4 and World at War, where the game really didn't care about the difficulty. If it was going to be hard, and you've got to put up with it. Now this first room here isn't too tricky, guys. I make a bit more of a meal than this it needs to be. What I would recommend is that you don't take out this commander or commando. The hatchets are so useful in this game. You're gonna love these, so don't waste them. Don't kill that commander. I don't think he'll see you. If you want to test out the theory, of course, do a quick save, try it out, and then see what happens. Because as I said in the past episode, this game is really good with the quick saving. You can save whenever you want, and it saves your location, making your own checkpoints. Because as I say, because I've killed that commando, enemy guards have seen him, and when that happens, their patterns change and they go a bit, they're on an alert phase like this. But I decided I might as well go shooting at them, because you can hold your own in this game. You do die very quickly, but it's not impossible to shoot your way out of a few situations. As you can see here, I'm taking a fair bit of damage. As I say, I could have done this a lot more gracefully, but I got through it. And yeah, the first time I played this game, I got stuck on these opening bits, just time after time. It was such a tricky thing to do, and that's where I decided I'm going to have to lower the difficulty for my first run, just because it was really, really smashing me to bits. But thankfully, this time playing it through on I'm Death Incarnate, discovered a lot of cool strategies that get you through so many parts of the game. And when I first played this game on Call Me Terribility, the difficulty below this, I was taking it very slowly, as we're going to get the assault rifle, which is probably my favourite gun in the game. Well, there's probably the laser gun actually, but in terms of normal sort of generic weapons, that's probably the best one of the bunch, just because of the accuracy over the submachine gun. But as I lose my axe, the detection on and I think I lose this axe, and this is a pain because the detection on the hatchets is terrible, and the hatchets are your best friend. Like, it's funny because Wolfenstein: The New Order, throwing knives were not that good. You wanted to be using your silenced pistol really. In this game they switched it round. I think the hatchets are a hell of a lot more useful. But I'm going to stop talking about my tangent because we've got quite a difficult section on that. I've got a good strategy to get you through this. So obviously you're going to destroy this, jump straight down and hide in this little corner here, and you probably want to save here like I do, just so to save your progress. As soon as this enemy comes around, just stab him. Sometimes the game's dodgy whether you stab him or not. And then you're going to want to go around here, and you're also going to want to take this guy out. You could probably pick that hatchet off the wall and take it from distance, but do what works for you guys. Because as I say, fortune favours the quick here, the bold rather. And yeah, you want to take the hatchet, because get as many hatchets as you can. I think you can carry up to 5, but through certain thrown hatchet kills you can carry up to 7. I think you can carry quite a lot, because you always want to be carrying at least 3. They're just so useful. But it is really simple, guys. It's just a straight shot. It's very intimidating when you first play this game. That's how I felt, because everywhere you go it seems like enemies are just randomly placed, but patterns are actually quite easy to find. This is actually not a bad stealth game when it comes down to it, apart from when the AI is garbage, which at times it often is. But I'd say, you know, a good 75-80% time this game works. I mean, it's a hell of a lot better than something like Uncharted 4, where the stealth was just garbage, and this enemy sees me here. If I'd been a bit quicker with the hatchet, I probably could have done this a lot more gracefully, but don't worry about the guys, because you're going to want to sprint forward. Take these two guys out here with your assault rifle, and then just flick this switch, because that's going to despawn all the enemies in the area. And now we're going to face one of the first robotic enemies in the game, which is quite intimidating, but you're going to see some of the cheesiest AI that you'll probably see in this day and age. This is very akin to how old games used to be, but this enemy will drop down, immediately run up here, and we're going to go back into that vent that we were just in. And you're going to see how this AI works in a very interesting way. So just make sure you lure him up here. I'm not sure how much of luring you've got to do to get him to come up here. I think he comes up here of his own volition, because the way the AI works is he knows where I am, but they didn't program him to do when I go inside a vent. So he's just going to stand where I am, because he knows where I am, he knows I'm in here, but he's just going to stand there and not fight us back. He will walk off occasionally, so when he does that, just go back out in the open, go back in. As you can see, he comes back. Shoot him in the leg, because that'll take, you know, his armor away, and then you can just... It's the best way to kill him from here, but you can do this at any time, guys, with any of the enemies. If you see a vent, you know you can win. Because the AI worked in a very interesting way, and you're going to want to pick up this gun. Just make the next section a hell of a lot easier. But that's it, guys. So many difficult, challenging fights in this game. We are going to just reduce the difficulty of through that little trick. A little crossfade there because I did die. But here we get a simple section where we're just going to use this gun to simply mow down the enemies that are coming towards us. And I have to say, guys, playing this game again on I'm Deaf Incarnate, with knowing all these stuff that I didn't know first time, like the vent stuff, and just being more aggressive, it's so liberating and empowering playing this game this time. Because when I played it on Terrorbilly, I got my ass kicked because I didn't understand how this game worked. I should have done, really. I knew Wolfenstein: The New Order, but this game's a lot more stricter, I think, in making sure you play by this game's rules. You can't be as I'm not sure what the word is. You can't. It's just difficult. I think the reason is, I was thinking about this. Wolfenstein: The New Order, I think, eased you into it a lot more. You know, you could play Uber and not really struggle for the first hour because the whole Death's Head's compound first level isn't too tricky. And I think it builds your confidence up, so you're not going to struggle if you're quite confident at playing harder games. Not that Uber was easy. At times it could be difficult. I didn't find it that much difficult. But I've played a lot of games on hardest difficulty, but it had the potential to be that, definitely. But this game was a lot harder, I think. But knowing these strategies, a lot of the sections that I'm dreading from playing on the previous difficulty, called me Terrorbilly, I'm just not anymore, because I reckon I'm going to find some really easy strategies to get through them, and I've just got to be quick, you know, not take it easy with the stealth, you know, quick save and try strategies out, and it's going to be so empowering, and it's going to lead to, there's going to be so many great walkthroughs on this difficulty, unlike Mein Leben, which I've just checked the trophies. Somebody, some absolute hard note has managed to do Mein Leben, 0.1% of people. So fair play to whoever that person may be, whether it's a he or she, I don't know. Because that's one tough gamer. I mean, you know, the difficulty's garbage, but to be fair, you've done it. You're on hard note, because you know, a few quick things on Mein Leben, and just this is a really simple stealth section, guys. Just take this one easy, and to be honest, with how the spawning works in this game, when you get towards the end of this section, just sprint it, really, if you've been detected last minute, as we'll just save there. But Mein Leben, a game can only have permadeath if it's designed in such a way. Unskippable cutscenes where I have to listen to my mum tell me whether I want some porridge or some soup every time I die. It's not based on levels. I've got to do it all in one sitting. I can't have dinner. I can't go for a shit. I've got to sit there for like 11 hours and play this game on I Am Deaf Incarnate difficulty, as far as I know, without dying, flawless every single time. I mean, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. But it seems to be a thing at Bethesda. I don't know if it's a Bethesda policy now. This is quite a challenging room because they seem to know who you are instantly. I don't know if that was just me messing up in the previous stage or not. But just mow these guys down. It's not too tricky. There's going to be a robot enemy in here, but we're gonna use the vent trick that we just discovered not long ago to kill this enemy quite simply. But yeah, Mein Leben, you know, you do that hard note. But as I was just saying, guys, I don't know whether this is a universal design decision, because the Evil Within 2 seems to have something similar with the classic mode, you know, which was really disappointing, because Evil Within 1 had a fantastic difficulty in Akumu. That game overall was just really challenging and a fantastic game. Evil Within 2 is a hell of a lot easier, so it's a bit of it's the opposite of this, which I think this game's a lot harder than the first one, so it's just a bizarre little odd thing I've noticed. But yeah, both games seem to have this sort of like permadeath thing. I mean, Evil Within 2 isn't permadeath as far as I know, but it's like you only get 2 saves or something. Either way, it's 7 saves or something, yeah, I think that's right, and it's just garbage. I don't like it at all, you know. Give me proper difficulty like Akumu with actual checkpoints. That's the way to do difficulty. And we're coming. This is the end of the level, guys. You just got to take these 2 enemies out, and then you've done it. A level that can be really tricky if you don't know what you're doing and you're not too confident on how to be. But with this strategy, guys, you'll get through this in no time. This wasn't exactly a perfect run. I could have done this a lot better with some of the stealth and that, but I got through it with very little trouble and a lot of ease. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this walkthrough. I'll see you guys next time when we go back to our submarine on Section F. Bye bye for now.